Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Adventures. Today we are on the Wisconsin River again, and the water is really down, really far down. So today we're gonna do some panning here on the river, and I've already done one little pan so far, and I've already found some specks. Let's take a look at it. I got about 3 or 4 specks there. Real tiny. So yeah, today we're gonna do some panning out here. I'm gonna do some panning in this one little spot here quite a bit because there's some big boulders that are that all stopped here and kind of gathered up a bunch of gravel. So I'm gonna do some panning right here and yeah, see what we can find. This might be a good day, good weather out, nice and cool this morning. Blue skies, clear skies today, so this will be pretty good. Let's see what else we can find. Alright guys, I just did my second pan here. Check this out, this is pretty cool. Look at that. That is so cool to finally see some gold out here. Now I thought I was kind of going crazy there for a second because that one bucket I took home that one time and tested out, it had so much gold in it. So I'm kind of back in the same spot that I was that day. And I think I found my spot again. So I'm going to continue to pan this spot, and we're going to keep racking in pans and see what all we can find. At the end of the day, I'm going to snuffer them all up, and then we'll do a little clean out with the snuffer bottle at the end and see what's all in there. So it's going to be a nice day. We got a little bit more time to pan today than we usually do. So we're just going to pan. There's not really any place really good to set a sluice up here. Water is moving, but it's not moving at the same time. So yeah, we're gonna do some more panning and see what else we can find. Maybe we can find some bigger pieces. Maybe we can find that big stash that I found last time. So all right, well, let's get to digging, huh? I got my 1/2-inch classifier. We're gonna classify our next pan just to get some of the bigger rocks out right away. So I'm actually gonna move one of these big rocks here, and then we're gonna dig underneath it. So let's see what's under there. Out 1/2 inch. Help this out quite a bit. I'm gonna do another shovel. We do have some quartz brought in here. We'll see if we can save these quartz. One thing I find amazing on this river is the amount of black sand. Like, there's so much black sand in there. That is insane. I just kind of pan this down. But look at that, how thick that black sand is. That is insane. So I worked this pan down that we had, and look at all those black sands. Now check this out. That's one pan. Look at all the gold up there. That is insane. That is awesome. I cannot wait to finish panning this one out. That is a lot of gold. This is our spot. This is the spot that we had last time. And this is awesome because how long it's been since I've seen gold. Like, it humbled me for a while because I didn't find any, but now that we got this much, this is insane. I'm actually going to think about, I'm going to speed pan down to the black sands and then put them in a bucket and take them home and go through them, because that would be so cool to see how much I can get from this spot at once. especially if I speed pan down and then put them in the bucket. That would be so cool. This is awesome. I'll show you guys one more time. Look at all that up there. That is cool. One pan, one pan. All right, let's finish going through it. All right, here's that pan. Let's see if I can find it in the pan here. It's going to be right there. Look at that. One pan. That is awesome. That is so awesome. One pan. That's one pan. One pan from after I moved that rock down in that spot. So I think we're gonna speed pan. We're gonna do some speed panning and we're gonna fill a bucket up. And then with the speed pans, but we're gonna keep taking a peek at them as we go though, because we want to make sure we still got gold in them. But this is so awesome, so cool to do. I'm so glad to be out here. The only thing is I don't want to be out here extremely long because it does get pretty busy down here. So I just don't want to bother running into anybody that needs to fish here, wants to fish here or whatever. Pretty big touristy place. So all right, well, I'm kind of digging right in here. I moved those rocks to dig there, and that's what we had in our pan, was those specks. They're hard to see when they're underwater, aren't they? That's awesome. That's a lot to have in one pan. All right, let's keep digging, huh? All right, so I started digging. So the river runs this way. It runs down towards me this way from up there. And I was digging over here, and that's where I was getting all that black sand from. And I tried one there. And I'm actually starting to get less now. But I still got, that's pretty good though. That's pretty awesome to see. So our next pan, we are going to, because this is pan 7. Pan number 7. I think we are going to come back around to the back side of the rock more, up that way. Kind of right underneath where that one's leaning up against it. I think we're going to go right there now, because we're starting to get less over there. So we're going to come around this big rock, and this rock has been here a long time, because this is the rock that I dug behind last time when I found all that gold. So let's work our way that way. Pan number 12. Look at all that gold. Just scattered all over the top. From one pan. Alright, so we're on pan 12. Or, no, not pan 12. We're on pan 15. And pan 14 had a substantial amount of gold in it. Now, I went a little deeper, and 15, find it here. And we still got gold. A lot of little pieces in there. Hard to see out the sun's coming out. But I think that the deeper, there definitely is a layer here within the beach that is giving us all the gold, whether it's dropping into my hole as I dig around or what, but there is a layer. So I think, I'm wondering if you could maybe find gold anywhere on this beach, even if it's not behind the big rocks, but if you could just find that pay layer. Yeah, well, we got 15 pans in. Actually, it's probably more than 15, because I probably did 10 pans before I started counting, to be honest. So it's probably like 25 pans, big pans. So now we're gonna pick up a little bit. I'm gonna put this last pan into our bucket, and then we are going to fill in the hole, and we'll do some looking around. All right, so we dug the hole that we got our gold out of, and now we always want to try to fill the hole back in before we leave. I guess I just don't want anybody stepping in and tripping on it. You know, I don't want to hurt another gold prospector out in the field, so it is what it is. It kind of sucks because you got to dig back down later, but you know, it's just part of keeping everybody safe. So I have all my sand right here that I had panned. I'm just gonna throw that back towards the hole. So we're gonna do that now. There, our hole's filled back in, and now we can do a little bit of cleaning up, and then we're gonna do a little bit of looking around. All right, these are our concentrates from the morning. This is kind of different for me because I usually leave with more concentrates than that. Those are our concentrates for the morning, and we're gonna take this bucket back home and put it through the cleanup sluice and see what we found. Got to use the blue pan today. And we found gold. All right, we are packed up and we're headed out for the day. We got about 25 pans in today. Big pans, my big blue pan. Found a lot of gold. I think our clean out's gonna be awesome. It was awesome to get out. It was a great morning, and I needed this. I needed to find some gold in the pan. I needed that. It was I was pretty humbled before, but it's nice to see that gold. So we are gonna go head back to the shop, and we'll go through our concentrates and see what we got. Alright guys, we're back in the shop now, and now we're going to go through our concentrates. So this is what we got for concentrates. It's not too thick, so we don't have too much. We've got the cleanup sluice running. We're going to use our gutter sluice today. So alright, well let's do one shovel at a time here. Alright, so we're gonna do that one little shovel at a time. We're gonna do this cleanup, and we're gonna see how much gold we got from the river. Pretty stoked to see. All right, we're getting down there. This is how much we have left. Just a little bit more to do yet. Got some thick black sands in there because it's having some hard time running down the sluice. Got a lot of heavies in there. One shovel at a time. We're almost there. Let me finally get to see how much gold we actually found on the Wisconsin River. Alright, I slowed the water down a little bit. Look at all that gold underneath the water flow. That's awesome. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit more. Look at that. Look at all that gold. That is insane. Look at that. Alright guys, so I was doing my last little bit, get my rest of my stuff out of my pan, as you just seen. Check this out. This is awesome. And I seen this got stuck on the pan, and it's the last thing in the pan. This is awesome. Check this out. Ready? Look at that piece of gold. Let's see how close I can get to it. Look at that. That is awesome. I can feel it too because I picked it up. It got stuck on my finger. Woo! That is a big piece of gold. That is awesome. Well, we are ready to clean out this cleanup sluice into our pan. So, yeah, so we're gonna clean this up, clean the sluice out into the pan, and finally see what we got. Alright guys, I've panned down our stuff from our cleanup sluice, and our turnout was pretty good. It was a pretty good morning. Ready? I'd say that's a pretty good morning out on the Wisconsin River. Look at that gold. That is awesome. Oh man, that's so awesome. We are finished up our day here in the shop, and we have gone through our concentrates from our adventures out on the Wisconsin River, and we have learned how to read the river and understand where the gold is dropping there. So now it's time to find other spots on that river that we can also collect gold from. It's good because it's close to home for me, and the fact that I found this much gold in that spot is very awesome. That is awesome. And I really encourage you guys to get out and try panning if that's something that you like to do. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to comment and ask me. But yeah, we are going to make our way back out there. We're going to find more gold and more gold and more gold, because we love gold. Alright, well, till next time, like, share, and subscribe. Our channel's growing. Very slowly, but it's growing. That's alright. It's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. Alright. Well, thank you for watching.